Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, afternoon, everyone. Yeah, just want to do a quick video about one of my experiences uh, doing a prison detox where, where they give you medication for a few days, and, the idea is they wean you off heroin and other opiate drugs or whatever you was doing on the outside, so I'm going to get on with that today. But first of all, I just wanted to give a shout. I forgot to give Kev up in Scotland a shout the other day. Nice one, Kev. I appreciate your comments and your support. You're always there, so good stuff, mate. And let's just get on with the story now. Yeah, so let me think. Yeah, detox in prison. So yeah, and we'll start from the police station all the way through. So yeah, so for example, I would have been arrested uh, for some sort of crime related to drugs, and then I'll be in the police station, you're interviewed and all that. But if they know you're a drug addict, you get the opportunity to see a doctor before interview, and then they ask you stuff like what you take in and all that sort of stuff, and you tell them, and then maybe, if you're not getting bail, you'll be lucky. They might give you like 2 DFs and a Valium, 4 times a day or whatever, But for me, because a lot of the time I was on prescribed methadone on the out, the police used to go to the chemist or the clinic and pick up my prescription for that day, you know, so they could have the interview. Because I used to say, well, if I don't have my medication, I'm not doing an interview while I'm sick because I won't be in my right mind. So that's a good thing to remember. So yeah, but forgetting about that for a minute, I'm doing this as a time when I wasn't on methadone. So yeah, like I say, so most of the time you wouldn't get anything in a police station, to be honest with you, nothing at all. So you'd get really sick from the withdrawal of the heroin, especially with me, because I used to be doing like at least a gram a day, every day, intravenously. A lot of the time, most of the time, I did used to smoke it as well, and I'd be doing a lot of crack on top of that as well, a gram of crack a day a lot of times, So, and I'd do this every day for years, so when I'd get arrested and be going into prison, I knew it was going to be pretty rough. So if you don't get bail and you're not going to court from the street, you can't take your own parcel of drugs in to sort of wean yourself off with, if you get caught when you're out grafting and you're not prepared. So basically, yeah, you're at the courthouse from the police station. They take you in the bus in the morning, and then you're in the court cells. You don't get no, and you by that time you just want to get to prison, so you can lie down basically on a mattress, because in the court cells and the police cells it's just really uncomfortable, obviously, and the food's pretty shit, so you just want to get to the prison by this stage, And you're probably thinking, will I get some medication when I'm in prison? Because the withdrawal after 24 hours, it's possibly getting worse, So yeah, you'd be up to the prison in a sweat box, which is a van with these little cubicles in. People can't see in those. They got like little tiny windows. Yeah, it's just like a tiny little cubicle. And you get to the prison, go through the gates, and then you've got reception. So then you get searched and all that sort of stuff, they do all the prop, and then you're in the holding cells, and then they're going through, you're going through all different things, property, and then after that, the last thing is to see a doctor, and when you see the doctor, they ask, what sort of medication you're on and whether you should be down in a hospital or not, and at this time, it's 24 hours in, I was throwing up, but I could still walk, and what happened, I was on the wing, and by the time I got from court to the prison, it was late in the evening, and I got on the wing, and everyone's banged up, so basically I'm getting banged up, until I'm on the wing, and I'm going to be banged up until the morning. But what happened this one time, I got on the bell because I just felt so sick. I thought I was going to die, and I called this, pressed the bell, and when the screw came, I went, "Governor, mate, Gov, I am really ill, I can't handle it, I feel like I'm going to die." And basically, they put me down in the hospital after that. And I went down in the hospital, and I said, "Well, what's happening about medication?" And that, and they said, "Well, it's too late now. You'll get some medication in the morning when you've been in the prison, 24 hours." So basically, I just had to go through the first night down the hospital wing. And like I say, I had crack psychosis as well at this time. So I'm in a single cell, down the hospital wing. And basically, like I say, I was on a lot of heroin and a lot of crack. And I'm waiting for medication in the morning. And this one time, I went into withdrawal so bad, or it was crack psychosis. It felt like I was in a dream. I didn't know where I was. I don't know if I'd fallen asleep for a few seconds or what. But basically, I felt like I was in a dream, and I was walking around a cell. It was all dark, feeling the walls. I think I was thinking, "Where am I?" I was shouting out and all that. And then what happened is I banged my leg on the steel bedpost, and it cut my leg open really hard. And it was really painful, and that sort of woke me up, or got me out, because I was already awake. It sort of knocked me out of this sort of bad place I was in for a second, and I was really freaked out. I thought I was going completely insane and was never going to come back. And I called for a screw, and I said, "Gov, I feel like I'm really ill. How long till medication?" And the screw, he was really nice, the medic screw. He said, "Look, he gave me a Zopiclone sleeping tablet," which it didn't help, but it sort of helped me get through till 8 in the morning. He said, "Look, you've only got a few more hours. Just hold tight, and you'll see the doctor in the morning," So morning came. Obviously, I've been awake all night, being sick and very ill. And I saw the doctor. When I saw the doctor, they go through, well, it was actually a psychiatrist I saw, because, I was in for quite a serious charge. And when I saw them, they give me, I told them what I'd been taking, and I was prescribed some benzos outside, which I don't think I was. I wasn't at this time, I wasn't prescribed anything. So basically, I just told them the amount of heroin I was doing, and all the other stuff. And she put me on, she said, "Well, you're going to get 8 milligrams of Subutex, and we're going to give you, I think it was 20 milligrams of diazepam, or maybe 30, one tablet 3 or 4 times a day," or something like that it was. So basically, she said, "Yeah, we're going to give you your first dose now, and then you're going on the wing." So basically, I'm in the hospital healthcare centre is where you go to get your medication. So I'm there getting my first dose, of Subutex. You have to sit there, and then you get the tablet, and then the 8 milligram tablet, you put it in your mouth, under your tongue, and it you dissolve, straight away, and it should start working, within a few minutes. And a lot of people, what they were doing, they was sort of like taking it back out their mouth so they could take it back to the wing and sell it, or crush it up and snort it, because you get more of a buzz. But I wasn't really interested in all that. I just wanted to get myself out of the withdrawal that I was in, so I took my 8 milligrams the way it's meant to be taken, and then moved from the hospital wing to the normal wing in Highdown, and after that, I also got my diazepam as well, and the two worked really well together. And like I say, I was on about 1 gram a day of heroin on the outside, maybe more, intravenously as well. And that 8 milligram, it really helped me. It really got me out of trouble. And then what happens, you stay on that for the 2 days, or you're on 8. And then after 2 days, you go down to 6 milligrams. And I was all right on 6 milligrams. And then 2 days on 6 milligrams, and then you go down to 4 milligrams. And I think I was still okay on 4 milligrams, but I did start to notice it a bit, that I was coming down, And then when it got to the next day on 4, and then 2 milligrams, you know, I got through, and then basically 2 days on 2 milligrams, and then you're on nothing, right? But for me, after that, how many days? 2 days on 8, 2 days on 6, 2 days on 4, 2 days on 2. That's 8 days. Yeah, right. And you're after that 8 days, you're meant to be better. But for me, after that 8 days on Subutex, I was basically withdrawing again. Once they stopped it, I was all right for like the 8 days, and then I did have withdrawal all over again, but obviously not as bad as it was a week before, you know. And I think I obviously had a little bit of crack psychosis as well, you know. So when that run out, like I say, I was far from better and stuff, you know. And then after that, because I was still in withdrawal, my main concern was to get heroin or buy Subutex off other cons, you know, all that sort of stuff, you know. And it was sort of like just being back to square one, really. So I don't know if the detoxes are any different now or what's changed in that respect. But basically, yeah, just a little one there, guys, just to let you know what happens. Well, what happened with me. An example of one of the detoxes I done in HMP Highdown, which was a maximum security prison in Sutton area. Anyway, guys, just a quick video there, and it's Thursday. It's quite nice the weather. I'm going to go out for a walk this afternoon. And I just hope you all have a good weekend. It's bank holiday weekend, and have a good weekend, guys, girls, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thank you.